Now, the biggest enemy of success, I would say there's probably 3 enemies of success.
Yeah.
The first big enemy is the comfort zone. is like you've come all the way from Paris to San Diego and gotten in touch with Dennis Waitley and me and other people. Well, that's a very big thing because we are very busy. We don't usually do interviews because we simply do not have the time. But you wrote to us, you followed up, you were very aggressive, you were very polite, and Dennis recognized, as I recognized, that you are a special kind of person. And so therefore we made time for you. We charge a lot for our time. People pay us a lot for our time. So we make time for you because you had a very clear goal and you knew what you needed to do and you began to take the steps day by day. And what you have been able to achieve in interviewing these people and myself is very good, very admirable. But it wasn't by accident, and it wasn't because it was easy.
No,
it's not easy. And then you did your planning, and you came here, and you got organized. And so you've done a wonderful job. It means that you have a lot of great success qualities. But the comfort zone is where people become comfortable doing what they're doing, and they don't like to change. So there's tremendous resistance to change in our society. 80% of the population finds reasons not to change, even if the change can be positive or beneficial. The second thing that holds people back is what is called learned helplessness. This is where people feel, I can't do it. I cannot make a change because of the economy, because of the world, because of my company, because of my childhood. They are always thinking about excuses or reasons why they cannot change, why they cannot do something new or different. And the third enemy is what we call the path of least resistance, which is always looking for an easy way to achieve a result. But nothing worthwhile can be achieved easily. Everything worthwhile requires a long period of hard work with many failures along the way. I can guarantee that many people who you asked for interviews told you no. They did not have time, they were too busy, they were not in town, or they weren't interested, or many of them did not even reply.
Yeah.
They sent them emails, they did not even reply. Well, so what do? Do you become discouraged? Do you quit? No, you just persist. You just persist, and then someone says yes, and someone else says yes. It's interesting, in psychology there is an expression called a sense of control. And people are happy when they feel they are in control of their lives. And people are unhappy when they feel they're out of control or controlled by other circumstances. So if I was to teach a course, and I have designed this in my mind many times, I would call it Success 101, a 1-year course on success. The starting point would be to teach people to set goals. Setting goals is the master skill of success because from it, everything else is possible. And they can be personal goals, financial goals, but teach them how to set goals. And I know I've written books on the subject, and I have courses. So learn how to set goals first day. What are your goals for this week, this month, this year, 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? You can change as you get new information, but start off with an idea of where you're going. And then make plans to achieve the goals. And then organize the plans. And this is all in my system, my goal setting system. Now, each day you plan your day in advance and you use your time and you work on achieving the goals that are important to you. You set priorities and you do things of high value rather than things of low value. You see, when you're doing things of high value, things that are moving you towards something that you want, you feel happy. When you're doing things of low value or no value, you feel angry. And so you find much negativity comes from not being productive. People feel that they're just not using themselves very well. Another thing that I would teach people has to do with self-confidence. And I have what is called a speaking academy, where I will take 12 people every 3 months, and I will teach them in 3 days how to speak, how to give a talk, how to take any subject, design a talk, and get up and give an effective talk, short or long. And we use video cameras, play it back, and we have a system. And it's amazing because people come in at one level mentally and they go out at this level in terms of self-confidence. They are unbelievable. They can be shaking or nervous at the beginning of this 3-day program. At the end of the 3-day program, they are amazing. They have so much confidence. And 3 months later, when you meet them, they're still the same. They've actually, like a chick coming out of an egg that breaks out of the egg and becomes a bird, well, they actually break out to a new level and they never go back. So one of the things that young people should be taught is how to speak in front of others. And the way that you do that is you just have them speak over and over to other people and get feedback.
During 1 year, they speak.
Yes, every once a week, maybe twice a week, you have a speaking class, and they prepare and they give their talk. It has an opening, a development, and a close. It can be 1 minute, or it could be 3 minutes, or 5 minutes, or longer. But they get into the habit of standing up and speaking on a subject. And what happens is, like the chick coming out of the egg, all of their self-doubt disappears, and what is left is self-confidence. And this spreads into every part of their lives. The other thing that I would teach is selling, the ability to sell.
Sell yourself and sell your ideas.
Well, learn how to sell yourself, but learn how to sell a product or a service. You see, the ability to sell gives you tremendous confidence, and it opens every door for you. And everybody is in sales of some kind. You have les vendeurs, they have the salespeople who sell a product or service. But you also have business people, lawyers, doctors, parents, who are persuading. So selling is basically the profession of persuasion, where you persuade people to do things in a very positive way. And it is an art. It's very much like cooking in the kitchen. Is just because you have all the right ingredients in the kitchen does not mean that you can cook. So learning how to sell, and I teach this. I have taken people, I've taught them who are starting at the bottom and they've become rich. I have taken people because they learned how to sell, who are starting at the bottom, and the more they sold, the more confident they become, because they learned how to sell. Persuasive they were, and the more they sold, the more effective they were. The higher was their self-confidence. Persuasive they were, the higher their self-esteem. The more effective they were. I have friends who own 10 and 12 companies. Self-esteem. Who at one time could not sell anything, and I taught them how to sell. And today they're rich. Who at one time could not sell anything, and powerful. I taught them how to sell. And today the ability to sell, to persuade, and power is so important for success. The ability so if you combine goals to persuade and time management is so important for success. And continuous improvement. So if you combine goals along with learning how to speak and learning how to sell, and continuous improvement. In 1 year, along with learning how to speak and learning how to sell, which go together. In 1 year, you can take a person and transform them